Get ready with me, story time. Accidentally, my senior year, dated my teacher. Let's talk about it. Now you may be asking, how does that happen? I'm gonna explain it to you. When I was 18, my dad passed away and it was like really devastating, and me, my little brother, and my mom all moved to Michigan. Drove there from Texas and I drove the U-Haul. My mom drove my Jeep. We pull up, my brother does what any little kid does, and he spots immediately a kid across the street playing. He's like, look, there's another kid. Can I get out and go play with him? I'm like, yeah, go introduce yourself while I back this U-Haul in. Immediately start playing some game where they're like fake stabbing each other with a sword. And when I get out, my little brother's like, we got you, and he like fake stabs me, and I'm like, oh, I'm a zombie, and I'm like pretending to like get them. Guy comes out of nowhere and grabs them like by their shirts, and he's like, get him, and we're like all playing around, and this guy is so hot. I mean, like, he is like, when you think of a hot guy, this is him. He introduces himself, and he says that him and his little brother live across the street, and like, welcome to the neighborhood, blah blah blah. Next morning, our stuff is everywhere still, and I am trying to get some coffee, and I go outside to get a mug. All I have on are some house slippers, and I go outside, I slip, and I bust my ass, and of course I do it in front of hot new neighbor guy. Like, actually injured myself, and he was like, why don't you come to my house, I'll bandage you up, and I'll get you some coffee. Guys, he bandaged up my shoulder. I didn't say that right, but he bandaged up my shoulder, took care of me, and gave me coffee. So I was like already halfway in love at this point. A few days later, I need to go to the store, and I don't know where I'm going because this is a new town, and I am like trying to ask for directions, and then he's like, well, why don't I just ride with you? So he rides with me to the store, and we get to know each other. I find out he's 21, he finds out I'm 18. We really don't talk about much except for that, but we talk about like common interests and things like that, and it was like really, really nice, and I'm already like really starting to fall for this guy. Like, he's so cute, he's so sweet, so smart. Like, I'm like halfway in love. We're getting back, he asked me out on a date, and I obviously say yes, and I'm like very nervous. I tell my mom about it, she's okay with it, and I'm like getting ready for the date, so excited, so nervous. We go and we have the best time. He takes me to this bar, and at first I'm like, bro, I don't dance. He's like, oh no, this isn't like that type of bar or club. It's like this slam poetry night. And so I didn't know what I was gonna think, but as it like went on and on, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. And so I'm like, do you do slam poetry? He tells me he does, and sometimes he judges it. And I had the best time. Like, it was so beautiful, so amazing, incredible. He's being so sweet. He's holding my hand. He like kissed my cheek, and he kind of like did that thing where he like put our heads together. It was so sensual. And it was just so like I said, I'm already halfway in love with him, okay? Whole time I'm thinking, this guy is too good to be true. He drops me off at my house. He kisses me on the forehead. It was so sweet. I'm so excited. My first day of school is the very next day at this new school, and I'm like, I have a crush. I'm gonna kill it. It's gonna be a good day, whatever. The day is going good, and then halfway through the day, I'm like kind of lost, don't really know what's going on. I can't really find my class, and I hear somebody call my name. So I look over and I see that it's like my hot new neighbor slash the guy I just went on a date with. I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? I go up and give him a hug, and he's like, what are you doing here? Then I hear somebody call, hey, Mr. Insert his last name here. And that's when I find out he's a teacher. Not only is he a teacher at the school, he's my teacher. The guy I went on a date with, the guy that was so sweet, the guy I'm already halfway in love with. It got really interesting.